Play Candy.
Welcome back to Play Candy. I am super excited to show you these 3 custom Crybaby Magic Tear dolls that we've made. I have made a longer video showing you exactly how we made these. This is going to have to be very condensed because it took a long time to make them, but I'm just going to briefly show you. So we got duplicates for Lammy, for Phoebe and for Flippy. So we decided to turn them into 3 whole brand new characters. So the first thing we have to do is smooth their heads over. This is a bit brutal, I'm sorry. We had to smooth over the heads. So first of all, we used a hot glue gun to seal up the gaps. This took a few layers. You have to be really careful. This is a job for a grown-up. I did do this with my little Alex. She was with me, but obviously she was just watching this bit. Okay, and then I used my art texture paste and some plain acrylic white paint. So the acrylic white paint is just to cover over the dark colours first of all. It takes a few coats, it looks a bit rough to begin with. Okay, and I must have put about 3 layers of this white paint on just to cover up the colours underneath. Another layer going on. And another going on to Flippy. And we have decided to turn Flippy into a unicorn. So this one is going to be a unicorn. And our little frog Phoebe is going to be turned into a beautiful flower, a rose, and Lammy is going to be turned into a mermaid. Okay, and now we're going to start pasting over the glue gun marks that we made on the head, just to smooth and even the heads over a little bit. So I'm just rubbing this texture paste over with my finger, and then we're going to leave this to dry. And once it's dried, I'm going to sand it down a little bit with a little nail file. Okay, so we're smoothing over Phoebe's little head. Smooth it all down the back, cover up that green, and we'll also cover Flippy's head too. Okay, this is just some filing done now. Now that the heads are dry, I've let the paste all dry out. And now I'm going to start making some accessories. I'm going to use air drying clay to make my unicorn horn. Let's give that a little spin round. And I'm just going to use a little dab of water to smooth over the little cracks. Use a little toothpick to cut it down to size. And just check that it's the right size. Yes. Okay, and now this is going to be our little flower. She's going to have a little rosebud hairband. So I'm starting to make my roses. So we just give these a little twirl up. And then once they're in the rose shape, I need to snip the edges off. And that looks a perfect size. So I'm going to make 4 more of these for her hairband. Obviously these clay pieces are going to need to be set aside to dry before we can paint them. Just using a bit of water again to smooth out the little rough edges. Use my little toothpick to pull out the petals a little bit. Okay, and let's start on number 3. So we roll it out, flatten it down, roll it in on itself. Trim down to size. There we go. These are a little bit fiddly to make, but once you get the hang of them, they're quite easy. And so now we have 5, that's all I need for our little flowers rose hairband. Just check that they're the right size. And there they are, 5 little roses, our unicorn horn, and we'll set those aside. And now we need to make our mermaid's hairband. So I'm I'm going to use a little bit of this bangle wire, and we're going to put some beads with some pearls and these lovely little Swarovski crystals for her little hairband. So I'm going to put a few pearls on first, and then I'm going to thread on some crystals for the front of the hairband just for an extra bit of twinkly sparkle, and then finish it off with pearls and close the wire band and just check that it fits. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm really pleased with those, so that we're going to set those aside and we're going to start painting now. I've got these gorgeous acrylic paints. They're pearlescent, purple, pink, blue and a nice plain white. So I'm going to start using the white to paint our unicorn. And again, you can see it's still a bit see-through, so I'm going to need quite a few coats. And this is our little flower. We're going to use this lovely pearlescent green for her body, and that's the stem leading up to the head of the rose, and this gorgeous pink colour for her rose flower hair. And while we're at it, we're going to give our little unicorn a little flick of pink hair as well. These are going to take a few layers to cover over the underneath colour, but this is just the base going on. And I'm also going to paint over her eyebrows. Now let's start with our mermaid. She is going to be this beautiful blue colour. And I'm going to put a little bit of this blue onto unicorn, one little flick of blue hair. And I decided to change her little eyebrows and her eyelashes into this blue as well, just so that they stand out a little bit more. Putting a little purple flick of hair in as well, and we're giving her some lovely pearlescent pink lips. Okay, now our mermaid is also going to have some lovely purple hair and some purple eyebrows. I've decided to colour her eyes in green. So again, this is going to take a few layers. Just keep coating them on top of each other until they look right. And there's unicorn's little blue eyebrows going on. They stand out much better in the blue. Okay, just give her one more coat of our white pearl colour. And as you can see with our flower, we've given her some little rose flicks of tendrils of green, and I decided to change her hair to green just to match the rest of her body. Okay, another layer of green going onto our mermaid's eyes, and we're going to colour in the middle with a bit of black just to make them pop a little bit more. Another coat of pink on our lips, and another coat of green on our hair and our eyebrows. And let's flick up those little rose tendrils so that they stand out a little bit more. This really makes it look like a rosebud, and I think she needs to match all in green, so we'll turn her blue eyes to green as well. Give her some beautiful pink lips to match her flower. And now on our mermaid, we're going to make some fish scales to make her look a little bit more marine-like. And let's give her some green feet. Okay, now we're going to start painting our accessories. So I'm starting with my unicorn's horn. We're going to just multi-layer this with different colours. And we'll finish off with our beautiful purple. Okay, now let's paint in our little rosebuds. They're all going to be this beautiful pink. I started doing this quite delicately, and then I just ended up getting covered in paint. So get all down all the insides of the insides of the clay into the petals, so that there's no clay showing through. I don't know what you guys think, but this is just such a pretty pink. Actually, I love all of these pearlescent colours that we found. Okay, let's paint our last rosebud. And then, once we're finished doing these, they need to be set aside to dry. We are going to start with our mermaid's headdress. So she's going to have some shells. I'm going to paint these up, one in each colour, one of the pearl, one pink and one purple. And there they all are, all ready to dry out. Okay, and now that our dolls are all dried out, we're going to use some hot glue again to stick some of these beautiful accessories on. I have this beautiful ribbon, it looks just like a rose. And I'm going to stick some foot cuffs around her just to make her outfit a little bit more interesting and pretty. There we go, that's our flower done. And now we're going to start assembling her rose tiara headband. So again, a bit of hot glue. Get the grown-ups to help you with this. And all 5 rosebuds are going to be stuck onto the ribbon. Now I have a similar ribbon for my unicorn. This one's got a pink and purple. And we're going to make her a headband. And we're also going to make foot cuffs just like our flower rose. There we go. She's coming together nicely. Now we're going to stick on her unicorn's horns a big blob of hot glue, and in that goes. It dries super quickly, so you don't have to hold it for too long. And then I'm just going to put a bit of this pretty ribbon around the front and the back of the unicorn horn just to hold it in place and cover up the glue. And we're going to stick on these beautiful little pearly heart buttons just to accessorize. One on each side. Okay. Now that we have done that, I think it's time to start on our mermaid. We're going to stick her hairband on first of all. Let's get it into position. Just a couple of dots of glue just to hold it in place. And it's going to come down over her forehead with the little clear crystal bits sticking over the front of her hair there. That looks so sweet. Okay, now I'm going to stick on our coloured shells. There we go. And now I'm sticking on these little Swarovski little beads, and these are going to be like little barnacles because obviously we've got the underwater theme going on. So she's going to be a sparkly little barnacle covered mermaid. So there we have it, guys. Now just a couple more little sparkly sticky bits. We'll stick a couple of these iridescent beads onto Unicorn's hairband, one on each side. There we go. And onto our flower rose, we're going to stick a couple of these glittery pink stickers. Okay, now one more finishing touch I thought we'd add to each of these. We've got these little beautiful Swarovski heart crystals, so I'm going to attach them. Little Alex loves mermaid, it's her favourite. So we're going to attach our little Swarovski hearts onto a bit of clear elastic string, and we're going to tie them round and hot glue gun them to the back. So each little magic tears is going to have their own little crystal Swarovski heart, just to give them a little bit of extra twinkle and make them a little bit extra special. There you go, mermaid. And there we have it. They are all complete. So here we have our flower. This is Rose with her little rose hairband, her little gems, her sparkly heart, her lovely green eyes, and her little foot cuffs. I think she's come out super pretty. And then we've got our little Pearl, our little mermaid. She has got this beautiful hairband of pearls and Swarovski gems, little coloured shells. We've changed her eye colour to green. There's her little crystal heart. She's got her little scales painted on and her little Swarovski crystal barnacles. I think she's my favourite. I'm really pleased with her. And here is Unicorn. She's got her little unicorn horn with her little heart buttons and her iridescent beads. She's got her little Swarovski heart and her little pink foot cuffs as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching us make these. If you want to see a little bit more detail of how to make them, I'm going to just release the longer video that I made of me making them, and you can just watch a little bit more closely as to how we made them. But there we go. Our 3 new Magic Tear Crybaby customs. And there she is next to Flippy. That's how she looked at the beginning. Here is our little flower rose. Her beautiful hairband. And here she is with her little twin, her little frog twin Phoebe. And then here is our little mermaid Pearl. And here she is with LAMMY, her little twin. And here we have all 3 together. Okay guys, if you would like me to make some more customs, if you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see, drop them down in the comments and maybe we can make them. Okay guys, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you all soon. Lots of love guys. Bye bye.